Hello you guys, Mary Ann here with Shopping Crafty. Today I wanted to just tell you guys a little bit about my career as an actress so far. But first I wanted to tell you guys I actually have my cousin sleeping on the couch and her friend right now because she just moved out to LA to be an actress. Following my footsteps a little bit, I think, because I'm the first one in my family to have any interest in this industry. But yeah, she just moved out here, so I might give you guys some updates about that because, you know, that's what my channel is all about, is moving out here. And her first day, she hated it because she tried to go to the beach on Labor Day. And traffic is terrible going to the beach any day, let alone Labor Day. But ever since then, she's chilled out a little bit about it, and I think she'll like it once she gets her footing here. She's apartment hunting, signing up with extras management, doing all this acting biz stuff. So maybe I'll have her come on this channel at some point, or maybe I'll just give you updates on what's going on in her life. I also have another cousin who's considering moving out here, which is funny. Not to be an actress, but to work in film. Anyway, a little bit about me and my career. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of info because if I'm going to be giving advice, you probably want to know what my experience is. I'm hardly a super successful actress, but I'm doing my part. I'm doing my best. I moved out here 4 years ago. Before that, when I was like 11 or so, I decided I want to be an actress because I loved Harry Potter and I wanted to be in the Harry Potter movies. I was living in a little fantasy world, but you know, I wanted to be in Harry Potter. And around that age, I bought my first acting book. It was not one of like the more typical ones. I just found it in a used bookstore and I loved it. It totally got me. It was called Acting the First 6 Lessons. I think it's like Bolslavsky or something like that. I'll put the link below to the book. And something about it just captured me. It's written in script form, so it's this actress coming in trying to impress an agent or casting director or something, and the casting director is like, no, you need to do all these things, you're terrible, you need to do this for an hour a day, you need to do this for an hour a day, you need to do this for an hour a day, and it's like this impossible seeming thing. And I was like, wow, this acting's like tough. Like, this is legit. And it just got me, and it quickly became not about Harry Potter that I wanted to be an actress. I fell in love with the craft. Since then, I did high school theater, and I was very lucky to have an actual good high school theater. I loved my high school theater. It was a great learning environment. We put on decent shows. I mean, same quality as community theater, I would say, which, you know, is a lot, like, yeah, it's pretty good. It's not like Broadway, but it's for Midwest, like small town, like, yeah, that's great. It was awesome. So I got good experience there. My first role that really, I think people started taking me seriously when I was saying I wanted to be an actress was actually directed by my theater teacher's daughter, and it was Wuthering Heights. I played Isabella Linton, not Catherine, and I loved it. Apparently it made some people cry, but I don't know about that. And my brother-in-law was actually Heathcliff, and he was amazing. And I actually made, because I was so obsessed and, you know, I was in a little film class, and I made this documentary of Wuthering Heights, the making of, and I also made like this little, the Pair Boy video for that class, that I totally made up the whole curriculum for that class, because I just wanted to be a filmmaker, I wanted to be an actress, and I needed to do it for myself. That I really like, and I filmed the Pair Boy in front of a green screen, and I just hand drew the backgrounds with crayon because it was like a little fairy tale story, and I was making it as like, it was gonna look low quality no matter what, so I might as well make it like a quirky low quality thing, so the colored backgrounds I think worked for it. And yeah, the making of Wuthering Heights, those were things I did in high school to pass the time, and you should too, because I think of those fondly, and I'm not like embarrassed about them, because I was just so driven and so determined. So I did that, and I had my first acting role in a film in high school too, my senior year. My sister got me the audition because she got like an email from her university. It was a film called The Penny. I was just a small role. I auditioned for the lead, but I got a smaller role, which makes total sense because I had no experience. And I actually loved the smaller role, and I think it was more interesting, really, than the main character. Because the main character, you know, it's like a Christian film, and she was like the good, conflicted but innocent, you know, girl, which I can play. But instead, they cast me as like the bad girl, which I'm so not. One of the bad girls. There's like the main bad girl, and I was her friend. And I had my own scene, like to myself and one other actor. That was like my scene. And then smaller scenes too that I was terrible in, I think. But the one scene that was mine, I think I did a pretty good job for it to be my first time, because I was playing drunk. And I had never been drunk. I never drank in high school. And I just sort of got into this headspace, and like I was reading acting books, and I was watching videos of people like TV shows, characters acting drunk, and I think it turned out pretty well. I'm really pleased with it for that experience level. And I did that. I went to Long Beach State for a semester after I graduated, and I did a student film there that was so bad. I hope no one ever sees it. I think they didn't finish post-production because my performance was that bad. I'm pretty sure the problem was me. Whoops. Because one of the producers had won at Sundance for a short film they had made before. So I was like, oh yeah, this is awesome. But yeah, nope. That was bad. That was so bad. And then I had to move back to Wisconsin for college because I couldn't afford Long Beach. That's why I owe my grandma money, because one semester there, and I was in bad financial shape because they were charging atrocious amounts of money. And I went to UW-Madison and took some acting classes, but I was a film major, and I almost dropped out, but right when I was going to, I finally found something to fill my time and give me some experience in the industry before I moved to LA, and that was Hulu's first ever original show, Battleground. That was such a saving grace in Wisconsin, which is why, like, you can get experience wherever you live. If you think you can't, you're wrong. Because there's, like, unless you're, like, hundreds of miles, like, you're that small of a town, but drive the hundreds of miles if there's something happening, you know? Anyway, like, I would drive to Chicago all the time. 3-hour drive, but more opportunities were in Chicago than were in Madison. Anyway, so you've probably never heard of Battleground. It only had one season. For some reason, it was about to film the second season, and something happened, so it fell through. Like, everybody was all ready to go. Like, I think they even had their scripts. Everything was ready, but it got canceled for some reason. But it was right when Netflix and Hulu were starting to do original content, and it was Hulu's first ever. And it was filming in Madison because the director and writer was from Madison, and that's so cool. And I was able to be an extra and a PA and get some experience, meet some people who are actually from LA, meet local people who are doing film work. We became sort of like the go-to people in Wisconsin for anything that was coming in and needed local hires. So we also worked on this like reality Glee Club show. I worked on that for like 1 or 2 days. My other friends worked on it longer, but then their budget was like kind of crazy. So they had to let a lot of us go. And I know a lot of those people worked on other projects. I had some small acting projects come up because of that. And my friend Tammy, who watches this, hey Tam, cast me, after I met her on Hulu, on the Hulu show, cast me in a short local film as one of the leads of that film as well, which was really cool. And I was also able to get an internship at O'Connor Casting in Chicago through the people I met there. And O'Connor Casting is one of the biggest casting agencies in Chicago. So that was really great experience. what else? I don't know. After that, I moved back to LA, and I booked the first thing I got out here, but I was cut out of it, which is a bummer, but oh well. I had that weird taco commercial that I think I've talked about before. It was actually a commercial for a casino, but for some reason they had me taking a bite of a taco from a cart. I don't know. I never saw it again. I don't know. It wasn't for like a US commercial either. It was like Swedish or something. It was like a Swedish casino. And there were a bunch of Swedish men there in suits talking foreign language. I don't know. It was weird. And then I got the lead role, well, not the female lead role, I'll say, in a film called A Better Place, which is actually coming out October 15th, 2016. So that's exciting. I haven't really had any work since then, which sucks. It's like I used up all my good luck to get a lead role, and now I'm in this waiting lull period. But I was in that film. We created a song and released a single, which I think has sort of put me off being a singer ever. I don't have a great voice. I don't have a bad voice, certainly. I don't have a great voice, and I would like to leave the singing to the great voices. Nobody but my mother wants to hear my voice going super flat and sucking. But anyway, yeah, we have a single out for the movie, which I'm sure you want to buy now after that hard sell. It's alright, and the movie's coming out. It's alright, and it's actually won a lot of awards at festivals around the world. I think it's like 13 or so awards right now, including an acting award for me. An award of excellence, to be exact, which is really cool to have won an acting award at this point in my career, because I'm hardly regularly working. Yeah, so that's coming out soon. I joined the union about a year ago? Like a year and a half, 2 years ago, actually. Like a year and a half, let's say, ago. And since then, I feel like there's a transition because I don't have very many connections to people that work on SAG productions, just non-union productions, which makes a big difference. And I also got an agent about 2 or 3 years ago, and in those like 3 years, I've gotten like 5 auditions from them, which is not great. They're sort of the type of agency that just takes whoever submits to them. But it's better than no agent, I think, because occasionally they have gotten me an audition, you know? So, you know, whatever. And anyway, yeah, so I'm in the union, have an agent, and I'm just trucking along, doing acting workshops, doing a YouTube channel, which I'm actually really excited about because it's something that's keeping me focused on my career, and I don't know, maybe it could help my career someday. We'll see. At the very least, it's me making my own content, which is what you're supposed to do if you can't get anybody to hire you. Yeah. Anyway, that's just a little bit about my career and where I'm at. And yeah, one way I always just stay motivated is I know my 13-year-old self would think I'm really cool. That I live in LA to begin with. That was always the dream, that I've been on a set with like certain actors, that I've, you know, joined the union, that I have an agent, that I've been a lead in the movie. You know, like, those were dreams. Those were big dreams of mine. And right now it feels like it's so insignificant because so many other people have done those things too. And like, you know, I'm all jaded and in this weird lull in my career. But no, my 13-year-old self would kick my ass for thinking I'm so far behind. No, I'm very lucky to have accomplished the things I have, I think, and can only gain more experience from here. Like, none of those things can possibly be taken away. So, it's awesome. Anyway, If you're an actor, please let me know your story below and where you're at in your career. And if you have any questions about my career or about anything else, just comment below. Thank you guys so much for letting me ramble on about myself for how long? 15 minutes? I don't know how many of you made it to the end of this, but if you did, you are a trooper. Good job. Alright, talk to you again soon. Bye.